Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Raw Dog Yogurt is here. Drunk Beaver Productions, Sir Philip, Vicky P, NPC, all my people. Hi guys. How is everybody doing today? I took a weekend off, it would have seemed. In fact, I was working, but not here. So we start again this week. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I have myself my energy drink. It's almost gone. Ice is deceiving. It makes it look so full, but it's not. But don't worry, I have a backup Coca-Cola. Like, that's not an energy drink, I guess. Anyway, so there is a crazy TPO that we can watch at the end, but I also have another crazy case that I doubt anybody has seen yet, unless you're deep into court. And in that case, kudos to you. Sorry. I was trying to think of something cheeky to say. Cheeky Paisley. But you know how it be. Who's calling? Where's Colin? Who's calling? I can't see. I'm like confused. I'm like, who the fuck is calling? So NPC's just trolling us, and we love it. We love it. We love it. Okay. Let's get going, shall we? He's not here. No, he's not. Oh, by the way, it's about to be a bit of a heat wave one day. Is that a heat wave or more of a blip? A heat blip, baby. Oh, of course I missed you, Christopher. Raw Dog Yogurt. But will Streamlabs send any message? Will it say that you love me? Will it say anything but thank you? Can I possibly sing on key? Seriously, Streamlabs, what the fuck? We're really gonna have to fix that. Damn it! I'm gonna have to write that down. But thank you, and yes, of course I missed you, Christopher. Always. Always. I'm so glad to see you. I love your name. It makes me laugh all the time. Okay. Streamlabs. Last chance. Going once. Going twice. 3 times a lady. Why can't you say thank you? God damn it. God damn it. Oh, calm down, Paisley. That's not the video I need, but that's not that big of a deal. NPCs came through on this screen, making me feel even worse. First of all, thank you, NPC. I missed you too. Raw Dog Yogurt, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with Streamlabs. But I appreciate both of you guys, and I missed you guys so much. Seriously, I really do. I always talk about you guys, and people ask me, I'll be like, oh yeah, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. Adam joined the crew. Adam, they'll say, Adam? Who the fuck is Adam? And I'm like, Adam, he lives in Texas. He joined. You know, that kind of thing. And everyone's like, okay, Paisley, you're fake friends. They're not fake. All right. Now that I've got that rant over with, is this the case? I think this might be the case. Is this the case? We're gonna have to go through it a little bit by little bit to find out which one it is. I recorded so much court today because
We have
I'm
a
a hoarder
temporary
of
order on
court.
that, so
I hoard it.
Interesting.
yeah, this actually, before you bring them back,
Mhm.
they said they sent you letters.
Okay, we can look at them right now. I mean, I can look for them. I just don't want to waste
Yeah.
any more time. Can you tell her to bring them?
Yeah, they're coming.
Okay, let me look it
Here
up
they
in the email.
come. She doesn't want to waste any more time, but I have to point something out. At one point today, this judge literally said, oh, hold on, I'm gonna need a minute. Go ahead and review your notes, Mr. Feist. That's that dude right there. And then she dipped, but not for 1 minute, not for 2 minutes, not for 5 minutes. Bitch, I mean, Your Honor, Her Honor dipped for like a lot of minutes, like 20 minutes. Oh, 7 months, a member. Thank you, Sir Philip from the future. The door opened up to my patio. That sounds bougier than it is. The weather is supposed to be very, very hot in the next day and two, and very, very hot for me is 71 to 73 degrees. I'm being serious. Maybe like 75. Anyways, earlier the judge dipped for like a long time, and then she finally came back. So this is gonna be not Celsius. I'm learning Fahrenheit. So currently it is 62 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot. But then tomorrow it's supposed to be 72, baby, and they're calling that a heat dome. I'm not joking. I am not joking. That was called a heat dome by the local news here, and I took note and shaved my legs. You make me feel amazing. Raw Dog Yogurt 2025. Oh, Courtney, it's such a hassle. I not only shaved my legs, I painted my toenails. Whew. Thank you, Christopher.
Also the drug tests, I think. I clear coated my fingers.
All right, Ms. Diaz,
Can't really see.
you'll need to keep the baby a little quiet, but Ms. Diaz, we're ready for you, so I just need you to turn on your video, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, both of you raise your right hand. Do each of you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Mr. Elizondo,
Hello. Yes, Your
do
Honor.
you raise your right hand? I didn't hear you. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you may put your hands down. You may proceed, Mr. Feist. And this is in cause number 2402-43110. You may proceed.
All right, give me 1 second, y'all.
Hi, Billy Buzz Smith. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by.
Okay.
Ooh, you know, I still
All right, we
love
do
to hear
have
the ice cream truck.
some stipulated agreements also, Your Honor, and I will go through the stipulation of the agreement first.
And when my daughter was little, I used to run. And you know how hard it was? Because she grew up in this unfortunate period right before virtual payments where everybody still had, we call it Interac in Canada, INTERAC. But, you know, it's tap payments and stuff like that. But it wasn't common for like a mobile ice cream man to have a tap payment available when she was little. But it also wasn't common for me to have fucking money in my goddamn wallet when she was little because everything was virtual. So it's just like this time when I remember I think Nana, we lived at the house with Nana, and Nana always has money. So of course we ran downstairs, both of us. Nana, we need ice cream money.
Okay.
Yeah, well, all right.
Can you excuse Miss Berume if it's going to be reset? Have Dora excuse her.
Oh, she's still asking her question.
Okay.
See if
All
she
right.
got any
Dora,
locate
Dora,
on it.
Dora the Explorer.
All right. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Your Honor. We did have a temporary order on this case. That was, go back to that. We obtained that in July 9th of 2024. With these issues that were reserved, but the parties have come to an agreement on, well, the paternity was established by DNA. The surname will be Elizondo. And conservatorship is a contested issue.
Which kind of conservatorship?
Ms. Diaz wants sole managing and Mr.
Okay.
Elizondo wants joint. Okay.
Okay.
But visitation, I believe they agreed to the first three of them, which is be the
Cellulite Yoga Pants, you just triggered a memory in me. So when I was little, first of all, look at my hat. It's adorable. I don't care if you like it. I like it. It makes me happy, and that's all that matters. But, secondly, which province am I? First of all, Regina Viking Gym is spelt with an E. Regina, but I love it. You got Saskatchewan, right? And Chatham, Ontario, right? But I am from beautiful British Columbia. I live on Vancouver Island on the Sunshine, or no, not the Sunshine Coast. I live on Vancouver Island, humble brag. Seriously, it is. It is a humble brag. I've never been to Saskatchewan. Those are sort of the provinces that you like skip over if you fly, but nice people. Nice people. Terrible winters. Oh, God. Terrible winters. You love BC. You've got friends that live in Seattle, so you know. So you know that when I say 73 degrees means a heat wave and that I am wearing a straw hat because of it, I'm telling the truth. That is a heat wave over here on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada. F in the chat for the hat. That's right. I bought this hat so cheap. Under $5 Canadian. You know, Jim, I'm working really hard on learning Fahrenheit, and so my phone is actually in Fahrenheit. Oh, 61 now. So I've kept it in Fahrenheit to learn, to just interact with y'all more a little bit. Anyways, I'm forgetting what I was talking about. I look so much younger when I cover up all my gray hairs. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Oh, the ice cream bike. Oh, fuck. Drunk Beaver, thank you so much. So, And the ice cream, so my hat, yes, but that came after the ice cream bike and Drunk Beaver's correct. It was Cellulite Yoga Pants who made me think of the ice cream bike. And so when I was a kid, this is a quick story, then we'll get to the case, I promise. There's an island, you can look it up. It's called Hornby, not horny, but Hornby with a B. And you have to take 2 ferries to get there. That's from the island that I live on. So if you're coming from the mainland, you'd have to take 3 ferries to get to this island. It is what they would call remote. And we would go camping there quite a bit when I was younger. And there aren't a lot of places to drive. There is a nude beach that they have, and then there's a like white sand beach, which is pretty rare for where I live. Most of the beaches here are very rocky and the water is quite cold, but this is a bay. And so inside this little bay, there is really nice sand and lovely warm water. And you would go down there. You can't drive there. There's like no parking lot. Like you have to park a ways away and walk down. And we used to drag a wagon with us. The reason I tell this story is because there was a man who rode a bicycle and behind it he pulled an ice cream trailer. I shit you not, he must have been making bank fucking money. Now, not easy at all. Biking on sand, terribly hard. Biking up and down the beach, you know, in the hot sun, terribly hard. But this was 30 years ago, and I remember it so clearly. Oh my God, that made me feel old to say 30 years ago, but I remember just like being so, and what he would do, he had a flag, a really big, tall, red flag. And so above his bike, which pulled the ice cream thing, he would put up the flag. And so he would go like maybe 50 meters down the, like 60 feet down the way, down the beach, and he would park, and then he'd put up his thing, and you could go over there and you could buy an ice cream cone. And if I recall correctly, he had chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. It was nothing fancy. And maybe water. But, you know, as a kid, I wasn't thinking about that. But I do recall something like that. And the last funny story I'll tell about this is that this is the ocean. And if you don't know, the oceans have tides. And that means that the ocean comes in and out at certain times. And you have to be very mindful of tides when you go visit a beach. You don't realize quite how quickly the tide actually comes in on you when you are on the beach. And so I told you we used to drag a wagon down to the beach. And I remember this one time when we must have mistimed it. I don't know what was happening. Maybe we were busy, we were having fun. My mom was young and she used to take us to this beach, and her friends were there too. And they would play beach volleyball and build things, and we would run around and play. And I guess the tide came in too fast. And so we were like, there's a tiny strip of beach where you could still walk. But the wagon, we floated because it was one of those like plastic wagons, and we floated it along in the water back up to the trailhead where you got on the trail and you walked up to the big campground where we were camping. And this campground was amazing. They had a giant swing that was in these giant trees, bigger than you can imagine. And you could go on this swing, and they had like, that's where the showers were, and that's where the bathrooms were, and there's kids everywhere, and they sold freezies. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was a very, very cool thing, but I will say this, camping for 2 months of the year is a lot. So that's the end of story time as we reminisce. I'll give my mother that. You know, not many adults are able to take off 2 months of the year and go camping in the remote sort of like wilderness. But she did. She made that happen for us, and I do appreciate that because it was an experience. And if any of you are thinking about coming to British Columbia and you want to visit, hit me up. I'm a tourism expert here, and there's so much to do. Honestly, I could never leave this province again, and I could be busy for fucking years visiting places that are breathtaking. Anyways, okay. Back to court. I probably should grab some Funyuns too.
Visitation will be on the second Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Supervised for 72 visits.
Did he say
And that's agreed
72?
to?
I only had one matter into question in regards to that agreement.
Oh, Bill,
that I
are you
believe,
okay? Oh my
the court
god.
might have to.
Bill, I'm not even gonna joke about it because, knock on wood, my eyesight is exceptional still. Humble brag. But I will relay the message verbally to you. Everybody is worried and wishing you good healing wishes. Please take care of yourself. Don't strain yourself. Okay? And let us know if you need anything. We're here for you. We're a little family around here. We really are. You know that's true, Bill. So seriously, if you need anything, you let us know. Okay? You want somebody to read out some porn to you, perhaps? I don't know. We could probably find somebody for that, right? Right? I'm kidding. I love you guys.
So, Ms.
So
Diaz,
I think the only,
You know
I
what,
think,
Mr. Elizondo, let him finish. Let him finish telling me what he thinks you all agreed on, and then you can tell me, okay?
my apologies.
That's
it's
okay.
okay. So the second phase would be this, the second Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. unsupervised for 18 visits. And the third one was the second Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. unsupervised for 18 visits.
You
I
mean
believe
the
you
third
guys
one?
were,
That's
yeah,
that's
the third one, sorry.
And
But
what
it's the
was it, 10 to what?
10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, unsupervised. For how
Yes,
many visits?
For 18 visits.
Okay,
I believe the one that was contested is the overnights. So. And
Oh, I
geographic
forgot to warn
restriction
you
is
guys.
also
You're gonna
being
have
contested.
St. Jacob flashbacks, by the way. You are going to have St. Jacob flashbacks in this hearing. FYI. Also, what did Viking Jim just say over here? You work remote, and when your wife retires, you're going to travel because you can work from anywhere with Wi-Fi. Woo! That's called freedom, baby. BC's on the list. Bump it. Bump it up. Honestly, Jim, I've traveled the world. I've traveled a lot of places. I still want to go many places, and I'm still willing to be proven wrong, but I shit you not. Every time I travel, when I arrive back on the island specifically, not in Vancouver, but on the island, there's this, like, relief that sets in. There's the trees, and it's slow moving and nice and chill. Oh, there's a reason it is one of the most expensive places in the world to live, because it is paradise.
However, child support, the parties agreed to set child support at $498 a month beginning June 1st of 2025. And medical support to be set at $158 reimbursed to the state. Parties are also in agreement to set retro child support in the amount of $3,490. With she also gave them credit, so the total amount will be $2,629 with a payment of $50 a month beginning June 1st of 2025. And the parties have agreed to a non-disclosure for Ms. Diaz. And the court costs, Mr. Elizondo is requesting them to be waived. Also, that was with your agreement so far, Your Honor.
Okay.
And at this time, the state would call Ms. Diaz. Ms. Diaz, what is your full name?
Alejandra Isabel Díaz.
And Ms. Diaz, you heard the stipulation that you guys agreed to. Do you agree to all those that I stipulated? The first three visitations
Yes, I agree.
and the child support amount and the retro amount and medical support.
Yes.
You're in agreement to all those, and that the surname's going to be Elizondo, and
So
the only thing in here was the fourth phase about, or let's do the conservatorship. Who does the child live with right now?
she lives with me.
And I see you're.
To be real, Adam, there is so many times when my family has literally been like, are you moving to America? Like, are you going away? Because I've spent months at a time in America. I love it. I do. I don't know why. You people have a fucking chokehold on me. I don't understand, but you do. It's the fucking truth. So, I'll let you know when I come down.
Requesting sole managing conservatorship. Do you have any safety concerns between you and Mr. Elizondo and the child?
Yes, I do.
Can you
I-
state those to the court?
I had wrote a declaration. Because it's a lot that sorry.
Well,
Did you send that to the court? Is that correct?
well, you can
Yes.
testify, Ms. Diaz, because you are being asked in court, so I can look at the letter, but you also have to testify when asked the question. So if it's a lot, take your time. We need to begin now, okay?
Okay, can I read it off?
As long as he's allowed to question you,
Mr. Feist?
either Mr. Feist or Mr. Elizondo, he can question you.
Okay. Yes.
Who prepared the statement?
Me.
Okay, because you're not supposed to be reading out of a statement that hasn't been admitted into evidence.
In a previous court, she had confessed that it was actually her cousin that had pre-written her statement.
Oh, they're throwing it already. And yes, I know, Viking Jim. We are well acquainted with anybody who likes to be choked around here. When I visit America, can I stay how long or as long as I want? I don't know what the rules are right now, Billy, to be honest with you. I don't know how they've changed. In the previous time, you can go to America for 6 months without losing your health care. And that seems to be what most Americans or most Canadians worry the most about. But there's some stipulations. And one of the reasons that I was talking to somebody recently about going down to the States, and the reality is you don't want to be on the wrong side of anybody these days working, and what I do is very public facing, and so there's some concerns about working there. I don't want to be on the wrong side of laws. So when you visit as a visitor, you can stay for 6 months, I believe, without any issues. But I don't know if that's official now.
Takes on
Wow.
record.
No, she did not write that for
On
me.
record.
I wrote this by myself, and it's whole different. It's a declaration. It is
It's a
not
different
a.
one?
Had she prepared a statement for you before?
Yes, and it
No.
was a statement that you
Mr.
had.
Elizondo, don't interrupt,
Okay.
okay? Miss, you can refresh your memory under the rules of evidence. You can refresh your memory, but you can't read out of it, okay? So
Okay.
if the events, I'm sure you'll be recalled by the events, you need to
Yeah.
testify, okay?
Okay. Um. Okay. Let me see. Give me 1 second, please.
Do you want to do, it should be done question and answer form, Mr. Fife? Can you do question and answer rather than the whole summation?
Well, I don't think it was sent to us. Let me
No,
check
but
real quick. Let me check real quick.
I send it
Oh, yeah,
to.
there it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
So you can maybe question her that way?
okay.
Don't bring your kid
Come
to
here.
court.
Come.
Put them in front of an
1 second,
iPad.
Can you get closer? Oh, come.
Don't get closer, that's fucking creepy.
Okay, Miss Diaz, I see on this. Are you referring to the letter that was dated November 2nd of 2020? Oh, no, that's when your child was born. Sorry. So do you have concerns of safety between your daughter and Mr. Elizondo?
Yes.
What are those
And
concerns, Miss
what are
Diaz?
those
Um,
concerns?
Mainly the drug use, and also, I don't know if I could say this because I do not have the witness with me and they are not willing to come to court. So should I still mention it or no?
No, it'll involve hearsay. What you can do is subpoena the witness.
Okay, well then I'll just leave that out.
Now, Mr. Elizondo, the court ordered that you submit to hair follicle drug testing. Were you able to do that and get the results to the court?
That's correct. Previously you had subpoenaed hair follicle as well as pre-employment drug screening as a backup.
Yes.
I did get both. I'm ready to
Okay, do
provide
you have
it.
the results? Okay, you'll share the screen. All right, so Ms. Diaz, the concern you have is the drug testing, correct?
Yes.
All right, and
Um,
when we were here last time, and we were gonna do the DNA order, I ordered him to do DNA testing. Do you remember that?
yes.
Okay, he's gonna show us the results. Why don't we start there, Mr. Feist, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
That way you can be reviewing the letter and think of any other questions you want to follow up with. But Mr. Elizondo, how many results of drug testing do you have?
I have the hair follicle as well as the pre-employment one that you had requested.
All right, do you want to share the screen? Do you know how to do that?
I believe I can. Is it more?
We're gonna see
I'm
all
not
through
exactly
his
quite
phone,
sure.
by the way.
Okay, you have it in an
Yeah.
email form?
Yes, I do.
Okay, open up the email, and then at the bottom or somewhere of your screen, you see the word share. There's a word that says share.
Okay, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling it out.
Testing my blocking
Okay. And
mechanism.
through the Zoom app, I screen share?
Yeah, there's a thing at the bottom that says share. Click on that.
Yes.
And then you're gonna have several documents, but look at the document you want to share and click on the document.
Okay. I
And you'll
believe.
be looking on your screen, Miss. There you go. There you go. Can you enlarge it? Somewhere, there you go. Miss Diaz, he's showing can you enlarge it a little bit more? It says hair analysis, which I would think would be follicle. And the date on this one is December.
November.
Date collected was November the 26th, 2024. And the date of the report is December 2024, which is after the court ordered him to do it. And so this will be marked as Exhibit A. And it says negative for all those things, Miss Diaz. Do you see where it says negative? And they took several for opiates, penicillidine, metabolic for THC, amphetamine,
Yes.
cocaine.
Yeah.
So
Okay, give me a second.
can you see those results, ma'am?
Yes. So my thing with that was that originally you had asked us to both do the hair follicle test on August, and the next court he did not show up, and then we had another court and you asked him if he had done the hair follicle test and he had said he had not, so you allowed him, you gave him a chance to do another one, but the drug test goes back up to 3 months, and I believe he had basically 3 months
Well, I don't know,
to
but the hair
deplete.
follicle is almost a little better than the regular. Mr. Elizondo, do you have another?
Yes, I do.
Give me your second results. Look at the screen again, Miss Diaz. And you
Right.
can have a witness if you want, Miss Diaz. He's showing me his evidence, so if you want to, you can subpoena any witness. Just go to the courthouse, issue a subpoena, they'll go get that witness, and the witness will be ordered to come to court.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, let's analyze what he's got in his phone. I love doing that. Let's check out all his apps. Let's check
Just
out
go
all
to
his
the
apps.
courthouse,
Hold on.
issue a subpoena,
Wait till
they'll
he
go
pulls
get
it
that
up.
witness, and the witness will be ordered to come.
Okay, what do we got here? What is that? Civilization? He's playing a game. He's got a password app, DoorDash, Dollar General app, Domino's, Walmart Afterpay, Yelp, Uber Eats, Zelle, Translator, Reddit with 6 alerts, a finance folder, GTA 5. I don't know what's under the judge's head. And then we got on the dock, calls, Safari, messages, and Apple Music. Okay, and then we're going to another page here. Let's watch it.
To court.
Okay.
All right.
Was it that quick? Oh, we're gonna have to watch it again. We're gonna have to
Just
watch
go
it
to
again.
the
I was looking
courthouse,
for the grinder app.
issue a
Becky.
subpoena,
That's
they'll
what I was
go get
looking
that
for.
witness, and the witness will be ordered to come to
Here we
court.
go. Next page.
Okay.
There. Oh, he's so fucking fast. What am I gonna do? I have to slow it down, you guys. This is how you catch these things. Down in speed. Oh, we don't need it like that. We need it like right here. Play. Right there. A KFC app. What is that? GH. Grubhub. Pizza Hut. This guy, let's just say. We got Pluto TV. What is that? What does that even say above there? I don't even know. Pizza Hut, Grubhub, Express News, Millennia, Doc Agent, Google Maps, Google Earth, Uber, PayPal, one of my favorites, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, one of my favorite apps. When I get to pee-pee check. Shein, no. Messenger, no. KFC, no, probably not. TurboTax. TurboTax? Really? Okay. Choose Fitness. My Spectrum. Is that an autism thing? I don't think it is. And then we've got Snake 1997. Okay, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Where's the My Texas Benefits app? Oh, that's what that one is. Your Texas Benefits. Okay. Now let's turn it back to regular speed because he's going to sound like an unacceptable word to say.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna have to look for the document, Mr. Elizondo. There you go. I think that's
Right.
it.
For the pre-employment drug screening that you had, they were able to hand me over the forensic drug testing custody and control form. However, the lab itself weren't able to. I guess they don't keep it longer than 6 months. The result. However, I'm hoping that you might be able to take into account that this is the drug testing form that my employee submitted to the hospital. It says that I went and I in presence went and submitted my drug test, and well,
All
although I
right.
might not have the results, well, I'm employed there. I
Okay,
just
let me ask you a couple of questions then.
right,
Go back
right.
to that. Okay, so what you're saying is, who is your employer?
It's on the top left corner, Delta
Well,
distribution.
can you enlarge it a little bit?
I can.
Okay, your employer is Dye Tile Distribution Inc., correct?
That is right.
Okay, and they requested the results from the hospital?
Right. They sent me to a
All
clinic.
right. And now they asked you to be tested. Do you remember the date? Where does it say what date you were tested?
It should have. I'm sure it has the date. It's right here.
Okay, October of 2024. Go back to the middle somehow. Enlarge the whole page.
Hi, Casey Carey. Enlarge your whole
Yeah.
page.
Who's Jacqueline Alvarez?
That would be the person that
Okay, there it is. Date of collection, October 30th at 8:44. Okay, so they collected, you did a DNA testing for purposes of employment, correct?
yes, and
All right.
as well as a background check.
All right, and although you don't, you can stop sharing. Although you don't have the results from your employment DNA testing,
Uh,
your employer looked at the results and they hired you, correct?
yes,
Okay, were those results negative?
yes, they had to be in order for me to get hired.
All right, Ms. Diaz, do you have any questions, cross-examination for him?
Yes, did anyone go in with you to see that you didn't fake it? Because when I was in a relationship with him, he used to buy the fake urine at the vape shop and he used to fake his drug test, and that's why I had ordered, well, I had asked for a hair follicle test from him.
Okay, so what you're saying is he would take the urine test.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're aware, these two tests, the follicle and the other testing for your employment, they were both blood DNA, or were any of them urine, Mr. Elizondo?
The employment was a percentual urine exam.
Okay, and did you go in yourself?
Yes. No,
And
I went with the door open.
what do you mean the door open?
They walk you into a room, and the person that I guess they listen for the stream and for
He's describing the process where you get observed. It's an observed test, ma'am. That's a pretty serious allegation that Alejandra. Did we also notice that their names are the same? Alejandra and Alejandro. Also, you guys, here's the spoiler alert. He works for a railway. We've talked about this before. They're extremely stringent.
the to make sure that you're not handsy with your hands and whatnot. They don't look at your private per se, but they do stand behind you.
Okay, and
Yes,
that was
right.
the one for October of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and Ms. Diaz, this incident you're talking about where he got somebody else or something else, when was that? Do you recall?
Um, this was when he was working at uh what is it called? It is close. It is next to Panda. Do
Okay,
you
well, but
remember?
no, don't ask him questions.
Okay.
It's your testimony. If you don't remember, then just say you don't recall. But do you
Mm.
remember whether it was before this urine test for his employer, which would have been
Yes.
before October 2024.
That was before.
Okay. And it was something he told you, correct?
Yeah, I witnessed
Or
him
did
do
you
it.
see him? Or did you see him do this?
I witnessed him because he had put the false urine on his crotch area so that it could be the same body temp as him. And I'm not sure if it did have a tube or not, but
Okay.
he
And you
that's
were with him inside the bathroom when he was doing this.
no, when I was in the car, I was waiting for him, or I believe I was dropping him off.
I
Okay.
believe.
Mr. Elizondo, do you recall that time that she's talking about?
I have no recollection at all whatsoever of ever having taken a drug screening with Ms. Diaz. As a matter of fact, I was unemployed all the time that I was dating
All
Ms.
right,
Diaz.
let me ask you another question, Mr. Elizondo. She's basically testifying that you used somebody else's urine, not on the one in October, some other time. Have you ever done that and been requested to do a urine test and you use someone else's urine? You're under oath.
Ever since I've been 18, would be the age to work. I've submitted to many different kind of drug screening for I believe the last one before this one was a federal. I was a federal.
You're telling me he's carried around somebody else's piss? The thing about these jobs, you guys, is I know everybody thinks like, oh, they're so lenient on people and like they tell them ahead of time when the tests are. They fucking don't. Right? Like they don't want some dude running a train if he's fucked up. And his hair follicle test said no. But the explanation is concerning. He seems to be, I don't know what's happening. In this case, I was listening to it while it was recording. I felt like Rosario up top. I was like, this is a headache. This is a headache. These people are causing me a fucking headache. And I think we should all feel a bit like Rosario.
These things are strictly regulated. They're not, it's not nothing new. The
When did
whole
you work at the
cheating
federal
on the
level?
drug screening.
When did you work
But
at the federal level?
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm having issues. One second. Okay. What was that?
I said, when did you work at the federal level?
I was working. I believe last year in 2024. I was working for Union Pacific. As
All right, and did they ever ask you to get tested with your urine drug testing?
Yes.
And were
It was a
any of them
regular.
positive?
No, never. They were all regular.
Right. Did they
drug
ever
screens.
ask you to do DNA or blood testing?
There was no need. There was never any cause for
I didn't
suspicion.
need, that's not the question I asked. It's just a yes or no. Aside
No.
from the urine testing for the railroad, did they ask you to do any other kind of testing?
No.
Okay. And how long were you employed at the railroad?
I believe a little over a year.
All right. And in that year, how many times did they test you?
I would have to say at least about 5 or 6. I would operate trains, so it was
Okay.
very.
And they were at random? They weren't scheduled. In other words, they'd pick you at random to go anytime?
At random in the office, they collect everybody and we just go. No
Okay.
time to go
And
or
none of them were positive.
never.
Okay. How spread out were they? I mean, was it anything or was
One was within. I once had 2 within the span of a month. Because I got selected for both. It was
okay.
a random.
All right.
And the
Now
others
this employer that you have now, approximately how many times have you been tested for this employer?
I've been tested once.
Okay, which is the one you're showing us.
Right.
Okay, and on that one it was a urine testing.
Correct.
And it was your urine, not somebody else's.
That's right.
All right. All right, Mr. Feist, do you have any other questions?
Yes, I'll continue questioning Ms. Diaz.
Okay.
Ms. Diaz, You said the child lives with you right now, right? You're muted.
Sorry, I'm not sure what's
There you
going
go.
on with my screen.
No, you just had it
Okay, there.
muted. And does Mr. Alejandro have any visitation now?
No, he does not.
And why does he not have visitation?
I was waiting for the court to figure an agreement for us because there was like a lot of conflict between him and I.
And when was the last time he saw this child?
Mr.
Um,
Feist, I need a short break. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back while you revisit your notes.
She was, in fact, not right back. She took like fucking 20 minutes before she popped back up. And Paisley began again. Seriously, I can tell you exactly when-ish. Sir Philip's back quicker than she was. Oh yeah, and then I started recording. She didn't show up for like another 5 minutes. Watch.
No.
Oh fuck. Don't
she
watch.
is 18 months.
Don't watch
You may
that
continue.
part. I'm just joking. That just shows you my court hoard. You see it? Look at that. It's a court hoard. That's just a part of my hoard. Whew. You know, one day there's going to be a digital hoarders episode, right? Somebody like me. Yeah. Anyways. Here we go.
All right, I'm back, Mr. Feist.
All I need is a man who will support my court hoard and buy me as many hard drives as I need so that I can just record as much court as I want. Oh, the dream! The dream!
All right, you were questioning,
Ms.
I
Diaz?
think Ms. Diaz. You may continue.
Okay, Ms. Diaz, we were talking about the visitation of Mr. Elizondo. And when was the last time he saw the child?
I believe around when she was 4 months old.
And how many times has he seen her total?
By what I remember, she was born 4 times.
And how did those visitations go?
Um, when we went to the doctors, I kept giving her to him so that he could spend time with her, especially since.
Oh my god, Winter Witch, Digital Hoarders, the Paisley episode. Here's the problem. I could justify every fucking episode. Like, if it was possible, the only reason I cull things that I have on my computer is to put new ones on. It's the only reason. So I can just see the episode now. They sit down, they pull this up. They say, why do you need this? Why do you need this 35-minute video from 2025 that is, do you know these people? No, I don't know them. Okay. Is this related to something? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many questions. And the reality is, I could be like, well, listen to this. She thinks that he's using fake piss. This is gold. Gold, I tell you. I'm not throwing it away. God. I would get so upset. Digitally.
He would work and such, and he would instantly give her back to me whenever she would start crying, and like he would also only just take pictures of her, and then he would leave very quickly, and then he would instantly like post them on Facebook and like yeah. um Sorry, I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, we were just talking about how the visits went the last time he saw the child. And you said it was at 4 months old?
Yes.
And how old is the child now?
She is 18 months old.
And has he asked you to see the child since then?
Um, uh, I think a couple times he did, and then after a while he did eventually stop, but he had messaged me saying like, I don't want you messaging my family nor
I don't want you messaging my family, but you can send me $5 Australian. Thank you, Sir Philip. Oh, I love it. I appreciate it and thank you. But this is not funny. I shouldn't be making fun of it, but yet I am. Here I am singing about it. I sing about it all. That's just the way we do it. Off tune.
my sub nor my cat, and I don't know what. So I said, okay, well then until court. And he messaged me saying like, I don't want you messaging my family nor my sub nor my cat, and I don't know what. So I said, okay.
Hold on. How? I'm usually pretty high, so this may not have registered with me again earlier. Can we listen a third time, please?
But he had messaged me saying like, I don't want you messaging my family nor my sub nor my cat, and I don't know what. So I said, okay, well then until court. And he would go back and forth with what he would say a lot.
Did he ever tell you that he didn't want to visit your child?
Um,
Courtney, you make me laugh. If someone was texting my dog, I'd be mad. I love you so much. You care more about your dog than some people do about their kid. Oh my god. Oh, Bill, I want the biggest of hard drives. Oh.
yeah, he would say that he didn't want to see her unless it was just him alone.
Okay.
So the only way I would have allowed that was through court, you know?
Okay, all right. And was there ever a time that he asked you to see, it's a girl, right? Your daughter, and you told him no.
No.
All right. And during he saw her when she was 4 months old, approximately, 3 or 4 times. You all were not living together, correct?
Yeah, we were not.
All right. And so, how long were each visits approximately?
Not more than an hour, honestly.
Okay. All right. And you were present at all times during the visit, correct?
Yes.
All right. And your child right now is about 19 months, 18 months, or 19?
Yeah, she's about to be 19 months on the 2nd of next month.
Okay. All right. You may proceed, Mr. Feist.
I have no further questions for her, Your Honor.
Okay. And so, Ms. Diaz, really the objection that you have is apparently the drug use, correct? That's what bothers you.
Yes.
All right. And your daughter is too young, obviously, and she hasn't seen him for
Yeah.
almost a year. So your concern is the overnight visits, correct?
Yes, he's a stranger
Okay.
to her.
All right. But do you and him get along? If you were to be doing the supervision, do you and him get along?
I am open-minded and I am willing to be
Okay.
good.
Also, Your Honor,
That's my line, by the way. That is literally my line. I'm open-minded and I'm willing to be a good girl. That's exactly what I'm looking for. please.
The temporary order, the app close was being used.
Okay,
And I would like to ask Ms. Diaz one last question.
okay, go ahead. You may proceed, Mr. Fife.
And Ms. Diaz,
Do. Billy, creamsicle ice pop, thank you. Oh, yes. I will get some and we will eat them together. Yay, thank you.
did you and Mr. Elizondo ever communicate using the app close?
We have not yet.
Okay. It was ordered in the temporary order. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
ma'am. Yes.
How would we join that? Is there like
You just download, it's for free, and it's
mhm.
called just the way you hear it, App Close, APPCLOSE. They'll give you the instructions in the order. All that is for you, for example, like if he's not going to be able to go visit your daughter, he notifies you.
Okay.
I can't go this time, I have to work late or something like that. You just do that. A lot of people choose to use text by phone, but sometimes when obviously you change phone numbers or whatever. So that's why we put the app close. It's just for communication, not to harass each other.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay?
I would feel more comfortable using the app because Alejandro and I did speak through text recently.
Okay. All right. Do you
Scarlett.
have any questions of
No.
Mr. Elizondo?
Yes.
If
Let's
you
stay
had
with-
any more of her, you can continue, Mr. Fife.
No, I'll switch to Mr. Elizondo. Mr. Elizondo, can you state your full name?
Alejandro Elizondo.
And Mr. Elizondo, you heard Ms. Diaz's testimony. Is she correct on the last time you saw your daughter?
Not exactly, but more or less so. Close enough.
Okay, so when do you say was the last time you saw your daughter?
Maybe a few months before the 4 months. I believe she said that I've seen her 4 times. Not that I saw her when she was 4 months old.
And how often have you seen her? More than 4 times?
Less,
And have you requested to see your daughter? in
many
the
times,
recent-
many times.
And how many times?
I would say when the 10th.
Have you requested to see your daughter recently?
Well, not recently, because I decided that it will be a lot faster. It will be a much faster process to condense the court than to condense the CF.
Okay, so when was the last time you would say that you requested to see your daughter?
Maybe a few months back. I would have to say maybe about 4.
So this year?
Right. Correct.
And also we were talking about you're requesting joint managing conservatorship, is that correct?
That's correct. I do have quite a bit of concern.
And what concern do you have?
Well, rather than tell you in he said, she said basis, I would rather maybe I can show the court via the exhibits that I've submitted that the judge had requested a few court back. I did bring that with me today. It'll also give a lot of answers as to why Ms. Diaz doesn't want joint conservatorship, as well as to why she voices so much concern for drugs, and violence. It'll be probably because the problem comes from her, right? And you don't have to take my word for it. The evidence.
So you sent evidence to the court?
Correct.
What email did you send it to, Mr. Elizondo?
I sent it to. I have sent it about 15 to 20 days ago to the Office of the Attorney General as well as to the DF to ensure a fair process.
What
I
was the
believe that
email you used?
it was Alejandro Elizondo.
No, no, the email you sent it to.
Oh, okay. It'll be it'll be That's all.
That was the court, and so I'll look for it, Mr. Elizondo. But in all fairness to her, you sent it to my email or the court's email, but you do have to share the screen,
Okay,
and you do have to testify, just like I told her she had to testify.
that's okay.
So, what is it that you are attempting to admit into evidence?
I have sent you guys a page which contains bullet points with the exhibits that I wish to provide. If you would
Okay,
like to,
it contain. Hold on, it's a paper that what contains what?
it contains on the first page the bullet points of what I intend to.
Okay,
Yeah,
if it's something that was prepared by you, you can go ahead and testify as to them. Okay?
it was prepared by me.
All right, go ahead and testify. Don't show us the document. You can use the document to refresh your memory, but what were your concerns about having her, your concerns deal with appointing her as sole managing conservator, right?
Right, and conservatorship in general. I mean, it's matters that have to do with the fact that she shares a home with my daughter with somebody with a very very well recorded history of domestic violence, of woman abuse, of drug
Okay,
usage.
well, let me ask you something. Is it your testimony that she's living with somebody else right now?
It's police reports as well as she mentioned it in the previous court that they share a home.
All right. But the purpose that you're showing this police report and that she's living with somebody else that has a past, how will that change? Are you asking for custody of the child?
Well, I do that is in the plans for me to request custody because I do have pictures of them both consuming drugs while she was pregnant and I have
Okay,
I
so
have
I'm going to ask you again. Are you asking, because we're talking about joint conservatorship, but your daughter lives with Miss Diaz and you get visitation, but you all will, there's a presumption that joint custody is in the best interest of the child. There's also an order that would grant you custody so that your daughter lives with you. Which of the two are you attempting to show this evidence for?
the latter.
So you're asking for custody.
Right.
Okay, and it's because of these documents that you want to show the court.
That's correct.
All right. Let me review the court file, Mr. Feist.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so right now, as far as an agreement, you are not, you're objecting to your daughter that right now, Mr. Elizondo, you're objecting that your child live with Miss Diaz, correct?
Correct.
All right, let me look at the court file. Give me a second.
There's actually a section on our Discord,
We already have
Sherry, for
temporary orders,
typing
correct,
learning.
Mr. Feist?
Yes, Your
One of
Honor.
my passions is that I believe that every organization could benefit from everybody in their organization better typing. And so I pitched one time like a corporate program where everybody had access to a fun typing program similar to like Mavis Beacon or whatever that one was when we were young, and that they would reward everybody for doing it but also give them time every week to practice and improve on their typing skills, because theoretically if most of your work is done on the computer, then improving your typing skills will only improve your work production exponentially. Plus, it like fosters a fun learning environment. It's a really good idea. It's a win-win-win-win-win. Believe me. Spend a week, or you know what I mean, like an hour a week learning your typing on the company's dime. Do it. They think they're building your typing, you know, it's the way. Believe me, I pitched it better before, but I'm tired now.
All right, well,
I'm thinking about having class outside tomorrow, you guys. Literally, I'm looking outside and I'm like, shall we go outside tomorrow? I think we should. Yes.
all right, the court is taking judicial notice of the temporary orders that were heard back in July the 9th of 2024. Mr. Elizondo, that was almost a year ago. In that order, the court did appoint both of you. Well, no, because I believe you were objecting at that time too. So it was what we call a parentage order. It was ordered that you were the father of Scarlett Rose. And what we reserved at that time a year ago is conservatorship, visitation, child support, and everything.
Scarlet Rose, main character name, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fucking good name. I'm gonna give that to her. Scarlet Rose. Yes, I like it. I would yell it. I would be fine yelling it. Somebody's gonna be yelling it over and over. Breaking hearts with that name, I'll tell you. I like it. Unusual. We do not hear names like that very often. I like it. I like it. Scarlet Rose broke my heart. And she did it yesterday.
And the reason for that is because apparently you all were objecting all along, and Ms. Diaz had problems with the drug use, and so we reset it for testing and things of that nature. Your child support, Mr. Elizondo, is set at 209 with a medical support. So what we're going to do is we're going to amend the child support a little bit, but we're going to keep it in place as to the child support, as to the medical support, and as to the parentage. In other words, what the court is saying, we're going to sign an amended order finding that you are the father of Scarlett. Your child support will remain at 209, and the medical will also be the same. And I'm looking for it. The medical is, I don't see the
113, yeah.
113. So those things will stay the same. There was no visitation in that order because we were supposed to come back for that, Mr. Elizondo and Ms. Diaz. So the court is going to add visitation because it's in Scarlett's best interest to start the visitation. Mr. Elizondo, because you haven't seen her for a while, both of you testified that the last time you saw her was about more or less 4 months, give or take a couple of months. Okay, there's enough evidence that he submitted, Ms. Elizondo, about the drug testing. He got tested for both urine and he got tested hair follicle. They both came back negative. He has a job. He has been working at a federal level, so the court is going to grant him visitation. However, because Scarlett is so young, what we're going to do is we're going to amend the order to include visitation now, Mr. Elizondo. You will be visiting your daughter the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 10 to 2 at the McDonald's across the HEB. Both of you reside in Maverick County.
I don't.
Where do you reside, Mr. Elizondo?
I reside in El Paso, Texas.
Okay, so that's a far drive. We can do electronic, just tell me when you can come. Because of the child's age, I'm not going to let her or order her to drive her to El Paso. So I can give you visits in Eagle Pass. Just give me the month that you can come. We can also do electronic communication like FaceTime so you can talk to your daughter. However, at 19 months, I don't know how well that'll go. She doesn't talk and she probably just started walking. So would you like me to factor in a visitation in the next couple of months, and then we will come for the trial, because you will have to file some pleadings or get an attorney. If you all are asking for custody, you all are going to have to probably consult an attorney, because what happens is you cannot come in and then tell me, Judge, I'm a better mom. Mr. Lee's is gonna say he's a better father, and that's it. That's what I call a swearing match. It's very hard for the court to determine, because both of you are gonna be saying the same thing. You have to bring in witnesses, just like Ms. Diaz. She had the intent to bring in a witness. So you have to bring in witnesses, documentation, whatever kind of evidence that you're gonna be showing the court to assist the court in giving you your daughter to live with you, Mr. Elizondo, or vice versa, Ms. Diaz. So because the child is so young also, the court may have to appoint a guardian ad litem so that they can look out for the best interest of Scarlett, and that there will be, you will have to pay for it, 50-50, and you'll have to pay the attorney that's going to be appointed to represent Scarlett. So if you all are still interested in asking for custody, I'm going to give you some time to think about it. In the meantime, Mr. Elizondo, let me know when you want to visit and we'll put it in the order.
I'm ready to visit as soon as humanly permissible. However, I had requested to see if maybe the visitation day rather than one weekend could be. I believe I had requested Monday through Tuesday.
You can do it in Eagle Pass, but when
Right.
do you work? When do you work? What is
Uh,
your work?
I work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
That's why I was wondering if maybe rather than one Saturday, I could have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I could go. Also, I was wondering if, given the fact that I'm not asking Ms. Diaz to meet halfway, that I'm gonna be traveling 8 hours going and 8 hours back. I was wondering if maybe in the child support order you might be able to take into account, in the amount, right? Maybe there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Yes, we'll do that at the final trial, not right now. In other
Oh,
words,
okay.
because
Other than
okay, let me fix the dates then. Ms. Diaz, do you work Monday and Tuesday?
No, I do not. I'm
Okay.
free.
So what he's saying, and it'll be here in Eagle Pass, like I said, at the McDonald's, and it'll be Sunday from 10 to 4. I can make it longer, but I don't know. She's 19 months old. I don't know what her attention span is. So we'll do it on Sunday and Monday, because you'll probably be leaving back on Tuesday, Mr. Elizondo?
right, Tuesday night.
Okay.
6
So
hours
we
at
can
the
do Sunday
McDonald's?
from 10 to 2, Monday from 10 to 2, and you all meet at the McDonald's, okay?
Okay.
And it'll
Okay.
be every week or every other week, Mr. Elizondo?
Um, every other. Fine.
Okay.
It's quite a big trouble.
Okay.
I believe we can. I can
You
get
can
to
work on, okay. Then what we'll do is Saturday and Sunday. I mean, Sunday and Monday from 10 to 2 at the McDonald's, Ms. Diaz, every other week.
One last thing, Judge. I know previously you have stated that Ms. Diaz wasn't able to supervise the visit because she had made some statements in regards to that we get physical or something like that. I was
I'm
wondering
sorry,
if maybe,
I didn't hear that. Could you repeat that?
yeah, I remember whenever we were visiting the visitation aspect of that court, you had mentioned that Ms. Diaz she'll be unable to supervise the visitations because she had previously made some comments in regards that we get physical
All right, Ms. Diaz, you can still do the visits because your child, but can you get me a second person, like a sister, a mother, or an aunt? And that way we'll have both of them there in case anything happens, Mr. Elizondo.
The second person she's closest to is my current partner, but Alejandro
No,
seems
not
to have.
him, not him.
Okay. And they have to attend every single visit?
Yeah. Do you have a sister or mother or brother that can help? It's every
My
other weekend from 10 to 2. That's just 4 hours. Every other weekend.
I'll put my mother down.
Okay, what is your mother's name?
Sorry. Anaisa Isabel Ramos.
Okay. Just have her show up with you to help you for the visits. The first visit is this Sunday and Monday. This Sunday is gonna be the 1st of June. So it'll be Sunday from 10 to 2, June the 1st and June the 2nd. And then
So
you skip a week.
it was,
Yes,
I'm sorry, Sunday from what time to what time? Because I'm probably gonna be getting to go past in the afternoon like that. One.
which, okay, then you wanna do then you wanna do Monday
I'll
and
do,
Tuesday?
yeah, that works.
Okay, but Ms. Diaz, does your mother work?
She does not, but she does have 2 kids.
Okay. Well, maybe she can take them to McDonald's. We're gonna have to see how that works because Mr.
Okay.
Diaz, Mr. Elizondo says you all fight a lot.
I would just rather there be a third person as a witness, you know.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll try it, and then when we come back, if we have to change it, we will, Ms. Diaz, okay?
Also, can there be another person I can put just in case my mom is not able to attend?
Yes, absolutely. That's a good idea. Who's the other person?
She would be my friend Angelica Callahan.
Good night, Adam. Be on the lookout for tomorrow. I think we're gonna have a day show and an afternoon show, so keep an eye out. Woo!
How old is she?
She is turning 23.
Okay, so she's fine. You can use either one of the two. It's either gonna be Angelica Callahan or
Okay.
Anaisa Isabel Ramos.
Okay.
The first visit is June the 1st, which is Sunday, from 10 to 2.
June 1st. I'm gonna write it down. June 1st. From what time to what time?
10 to
10 to
2 at the
2.
McDonald's across the HEB there in Eagle Pass.
10
Okay.
to
Oh, no,
2.
Mr. Elizondo, what time were you going to be getting there?
Well, if I could do anything like around like 4, 5, 6 p.m., that's
Okay, all right, then we'll do from 4
4
to 7,
to
perfect.
7.
okay?
Okay.
And then Monday, again from 4 to 7. So it's June the 1st and 2nd. And then after that, it's going to be June the 15th through the 16th, same hours. You're going to skip a week and then you're going to go to the 15th and the 16th.
Um,
And then it
15.
goes to June the 29th through the 30th. Same hours from 4 to 7. And then July the 6th through the 7th. And you all get it every Sunday and Monday,
Is a
every
fucking
other week,
chase?
okay?
Okay.
Okay.
A chase?
And what you all need to do is we're going to come back on August the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Elizondo, if you all are still going to be asking for custody rather than visitation, then you all need to retain attorneys, have the attorneys log in on that day, okay?
Okay. Thank
So
you,
this
ma'am.
will be a second amended order, Mr. Feist. Did you get everything that you needed, Mr. Feist, on that order?
Yes, you're gonna, oh. So what happened there?
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna leave the child support the same?
For now, and then when we come, once we get the
Okay.
final order, if he's going to be traveling back and forth, we can reconsider the child support because of the expense. I don't want to do that now because you all are just starting, Mr. Elizondo, okay?
That's fair enough.
All right, then we'll
You're
see
just
you.
adding visitation, no
Yeah,
conservatorship?
we're just adding the visitation to every every Sunday and Monday
Okay.
from 4 to 7. And we're coming back August the 26th. All right,
I'm sorry, I had asked Monday and Tuesday.
we changed it to Monday to Tuesday. Okay,
Yeah.
Monday to Tuesday, Ms. Diaz, okay? All right,
Yes, good.
just
Okay.
you decide who's gonna go, whether it's your mom or your friend, okay?
Okay. I have a question. If one of them is not able to make it, what happens?
Well, you ask the other one.
But if they're not able to make it,
If both of them are not able to make it, then you stay there and do the supervision. But make sure you get somebody that can go Because if it doesn't work and you're not gonna, if you all aren't getting along, then the supervision may be removed. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then we'll see you all on August the 26th, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank everybody. What a great night we had. Thank you, everyone. Oh my God, I love this hat so much. You heard me say it before, but because you're so good and you're here till the end, I'll say it again. Tomorrow we'll do 2 shows. We'll do one during the day. Keep an eye out. It'll be around when I'm recording court, so just you'll have to keep an eye out for being live, and then there'll be an evening show. Thank you so much. Keep an eye out for fun live chases tonight. It looks like somebody's doing something bad in California. As always, do me a favor though, guys. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Down and ready to ride.